Hey everybody, welcome back to the 1RC YouTube channel. Thanks for, if you've seen our last video with the shredder, you heard that we were going to also be running the landslide. So here it is. This will be our very first run. You can see it's all nice, shiny and clean. It will not be in a few minutes, as you can see from the shredder. We will try not to run it through any deep water holes, but I can't make any guarantees. Running it on another set of Ovonic 5,000 milliamp 50C 2-cell lipos, so 4-cell in total. And I didn't manage to break this transmitter, so that's a good thing. Already got the batteries in it, which I do want to say one quick thing. The battery straps on these, I like Velcro battery straps, but I don't like that these are stood up. I wish that there was a little bit more width to the chassis. I wish they could have found another way to make that setup work, but let's get this thing going and see how it does. I'm expecting very similar performance to the shredder. Well, one thing, I can't find the switch. Huh, okay. There's a good blooper for you folks. Let me get the body back off and see if I can get the switch. It's a little easier to find on the shredder just because of the open chassis layout. The landslide is a little more compact. We're still here in the same gravel lot, just a local playground. Hopefully we won't be interrupted too many times. There's been people in and out quite a bit. So give me 1 second to get this thing going and we'll get it on the road. All right, sorry for the technical difficulty. Like I said, the chassis layout on the landslide's a little bit more cramped, shall we say. So we've got steering, we've got throttle, and off we go. So again, it's a little more sprightly than the shredder. You can tell the difference in heft. But again, as soon as it brings those front tires up, I mean, it pulls a little wheelie and then it diffs out. I would much prefer it to do standing backflips. You know, I'm a hooligan like that, so this thing is significantly quicker. But again, every time you punch the throttle, the front tires just become pizza cutters. Another thing that I'm noticing, as it's diffing out, you can hear the tires rubbing the body. This isn't a very wide truck, even though it has really wide hexes. It is slightly rubbing the body, so I'm a little concerned on that PVC lasting at all. It's very stable though, to be as compact as it is. Steering response is a little slow. It could, again, use a faster servo, could use a little more torque. Honestly, I'm going to reserve judgment on that until I get thicker diff oil, shim the diffs, because that may change how I feel about the handling characteristics. It's definitely got some horsepower. That's for sure. Of course, that is a very low kV motor. So, you know, again, the motor really would be suited to 6-cell, but honestly, this chassis, I don't know that you'd be able to drive it with 6-cell power. I mean, it's... And I know I'm not saying a whole lot, but it takes a little bit of concentration to keep this thing going in a straight line, with each diff trying to unload and send power to the freewheel, and I'm trying to dodge gravel. It's a handful, but in a fun way. It's not frustrating to drive. It's it's playful. Nah, it does have an on-power push. You can see how wide the turning radius is anytime I add any throttle. And again, diff tuning and maybe some better tires would help that, but I have no complaints about how this thing performs. Trying to avoid the water over there. I think I still got it. Kudos to Redcat for their waterproofing. The shredder is muddy and nasty, but everything is functioning as it should. Take it home, spray it down with some WD, clean it off real good. Be good to go for the next time. This one I'm not as excited to get on track as the shredder. It is, I just feel like with that push and the short wheelbase combined with the narrow track, you know, obviously it's not a race truck. This thing is going to pull off some it's going to nail backflips when I take it to the skate park, though. I can tell you that already. It is going to be the king of the backflip. And you know, like I said, it's got plenty of torque. The brakes are even better than on the shredder. You know, and maybe it's just the difference in weight. Now, obviously that's interesting. Looks like we just ran out of suspension travel there and slapped the chassis. I didn't feel like the dampers were that light on this truck, but maybe they are. Or maybe I just hit a pothole or something. But yeah, this will be a hoot at a skate park. Yeah, right there. You can see as soon as it brings the front tires off the ground to get you a nice wheelie to show off with, you get nothing but a diff out. And now, admittedly, it helps the truck to accelerate without flipping over backwards, but I can't imagine that can be good for that center diff, it diffing out like that all the time. So oh, found the water. Ah, thanks. That's my own doing, but still, I'll blame it on the truck. All in all, between the two, I do like the shredder a little bit better for the way that it drives, but I like this thing for how, what's the word I'm looking for? How lively, how on the edge it is. I feel like I am, there we go. I feel like I am never more than one trigger pull away from this thing, you know, being out of control. And it's kind of fun. I will also give Redcat credit for these Chevron tires. They are handling this gravel and this loose surface surprisingly well. And there's our best wheelie yet. I compliment the truck and it does a wheelie. Maybe that's what it is. This truck runs on compliments. It's if you handed me the transmitter and didn't tell me what was on this truck, I would say it had aftermarket tires already installed. You kind of heard that chirp there. That was what I was talking about. The truck, the tire ballooning into the side of the body. Hopefully, you know, we don't see a bunch of wear marks from that, but yeah, it's definitely quick. Nobody can say it's not. I don't feel the need to gear up, gear down. I don't feel the need to pull the power system out and put a 6S in it. And even there, where the truck was on 2 wheels. Fairly easy to steer into it, even with the limits of the stock Hexfly servo. Let's see, that's one thing that I noticed on the shredder. Let's see. Yeah, there's still a reverse to forward delay. I'm almost wondering if I can hook that up to my Hobby Wing programming box and get that programmed out. But shim the diffs, put some decent silicone oil in it, and just run the snot out of it. I've already checked Emax 3906 or 3905 bodies, not the short wheelbase, but the long wheelbase. So your 3903, 3905, or 08 bodies will fit this truck. Well, bodies do fit this truck, unlike the shredder, which your body options are pretty limited. So thrashing through this one won't be much of an issue if the drywall tape method doesn't work too well. Yeah. Okay. That was just the fact the truck sits so low. It was just high centered, and those reeds just kind of flipped it over. I'm not going to harp too much on that. But this truck is really impressing me. Again, compliment Wheelie. So, and for the price, compared to other vehicles in its category. Now, I own 2 Emaxes. I own a Summit. I own a Proline Pro SC 4x4. This handles better than an Emax ever thought about. Obviously, the Summit's not a true, basher monster truck, but I love my Summit. Don't get me wrong. For an all-around truck, I don't think anything can beat it. But I would say this is on par with the level of an Emax as far as fun per dollar. I don't think you're really going to beat that because this thing is so, it's dirt cheap for what it is. And, of course, well, I guess now we would compare it to the Mini Max, which this thing's a couple $100 cheaper. And, there you go. Just based on price alone. But I love my Pro SC 4x4. My Proline truck has a 4-cell system in it. It's set up with one of the Fusion bodies, the Fusion MT bodies, and it's got 2.8 mashers on it. So it's kind of comparable to this. It's a little bit smaller in scale, but it is faster. I will say that. It's also more expensive. I'm a little confused as to what's causing these rollovers. If the tires are getting that much traction or what it is, but run it back so I can actually keep an eye on it. Cost per dollar, fun per dollar, this thing is hard to beat. And I think that's low voltage detection, so there we go, folks. If you're looking for your first 8th scale MT, this is a great platform to start out with. Everything is included in the box except for, battery and charger. It only runs on 4S. It's pretty light for what it is. It handles really well. Great tires. Even if you just run it and sell it for half of what you paid for it, you'll get your money's worth out of it. I'm gonna hang on to this one. I really enjoy the truck. It needs a little bit of work, yes. It needs the diffs shimmed. It needs oil put in them. Those are minor things. A couple hours worth of work to pull all 3 diffs out and shim them. I'll gladly trade that for the amount of fun that I just had on what is essentially a $300 8th scale monster truck. So, I think that'll be it for this video. We should have some more running videos coming up soon as weather permits. Looks like we're getting a little bit later in the day now, so I don't think we're going to be able to run much more today, but we do thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Click the little bell next to the subscribe icon there. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.